Hey, hi, I'm Angel. Thanks for stopping by. This is an experimental reading of my book, 47 Truths. I'm powering through even though it's approaching 1 in the morning, which isn't late for me at all, but it's a lot of reading. Anyway, this is a rough draft. Truth 35. You're stronger than you think. And more broken. You can endure a lot more than you think you can. You won't know how much you can accomplish until you push yourself beyond wherever you're sure your limits are. Human history is full of amazing stories. You can do more than you think, and also your thoughts are what limits us most of the time. Feats of strength, tales of relentless endurance. Reference to David Goggins, Stephen Hawking's, that one Tai Chi guy who I need to look up, and the other guy I used to watch who I also need to look up. I wonder what happened to him. Or the guy we all credit for the American with Disabilities Act, whose name I should know. There is an entire universe conspiring on your behalf. Maybe some of it is unaware that it's on your side. It must be, because you and me and we are everything. I mentioned before that I don't believe in God in a conventional or modern sense. I do believe in a higher sentient order to things, which you might call God. There are many, many, many things in this life which are beyond my capacity to understand. And I'm happy to imagine that there is at least some shared responsibility for creating and running life and everything, not to mention the potential of the great nothing. The point is, not only do you have amazing untapped potential in you, you're connected to an amazing untapped potential that is this entire universe. I like to call that dragon, mystery, potential, you, I, all, love. Humans, as I mentioned, are these incredible multifunctional machines made of meat on bone wrapped in skin sacks. We are multidimensional. We can learn and holographic. We can learn and do what countless man-made machines can do, though no longer everything for a long while now, since we created robots and AI. And also, though, we are wild, which AI can't do yet. We have incredible endurance. Hunters in the savannah, Frida Kahlo, make reference to Hunters in the Savannah, Frida Kahlo, Bruce Lee. The list literally goes on and on. You can put yourself on it if you want to. Nothing about any of those people is more special than you are. Training is a great key for accomplishing what we consider great. Great tool, I would say. Whether it is in writing or in running, regular practice, pushing yourself beyond your current comfort zone, is the best way to improve quickly. This means stepping beyond your current limits, going harder, faster, more than you could before. Even though our thoughts and beliefs are such a huge influence on our abilities, we can hold space for unknown potential, the mystery. This is where your limitless power lies. This is where I go to find myself when I want to become greater than I was. This is where I love to meet. In every battle, there comes a time when both sides consider themselves beaten. Then he who continues to attack wins. Ulysses S. Grant. Every great dream begins with a dreamer. Always remember, you have within you the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars and change the world. Harriet Tubman. Be sure to put your feet in the right places, then stand firm. Abraham Lincoln. Strength does not come from winning. Your struggles develop your strengths. When you go through hardships and decide not to surrender, that is strength. Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm third, Jamie Ivey. I want to tell you a story about Jamie Ivey. He was a good friend of mine. He saved my life when I was probably 15, 16, 17, 16, somewhere in there. And I met him after an accident that he had when he was a child, in which he climbed up a telephone, or an electric pole rather, and ended up burning a large percentage of his body, and after that spent 2 years in a military hospital having skin grafts from the skin that wasn't burned put on the places of his body that were burned. And because of that, he got a trust fund from the state of Texas, and so had his own house and quite a substantial drinking problem by the time we were teenagers when we met. And he was a phenomenal human being. He helped many, many people, many teenagers like me who were in a hard spot, not seeing love in the world, wanting to just kind of, well, fuck the world was my motto for a while back then. And Jamie would give a refuge, give a safe space, give shelter from the storm to anyone who needed it. I saw him give that to countless people, including me. I was one of them. And he died from organ failure, probably from alcohol poisoning at a fairly young age, about 10 years ago. Partly because of the scarring, because he couldn't sweat, and partly because of the alcohol, because he drank profusely. And anyway, just recently I asked our mutual friend, Leo, what was his catchphrase? And Leo said, "I'm third." And I asked him to tell me what that meant, because I don't remember Jamie saying that, really, or if I do remember it, I thought it had to do with maybe in gaming. And I did catch the gist of it, even back then, even if it was in gaming, because he was exactly that kind of person. Representing the whole universe, really, in a way, I think. Because so many of us say, I'm first, or shotgun, I'm second. But Jamie, he used to say, I'm third. And Leo told me that that was in relation to God being first, and you being second, and me being third. Which makes good sense in the context of what I know about my good friend Jamie.